Well, hello, guys, and welcome to your midweek check in. It's 9 o'clock here in the Pacific Northwest, and I've been up since, I don't know, 4:30, 5 o'clock. So I'm on my second cup of coffee. So let me give this a stir and we'll get started. There you go. Anyway, I'm glad that you guys are here. There's been a lot on my mind this week, uh, really kind of around the thought of, are we being busy or are we being productive? And so that's kind of what's been rolling around my head because for a while they can look exactly the same. They look identical, busy and productive, and they're not the same thing. Now, we can be moving all day long, we can be handling responsibilities and solving problems, checking boxes, putting out fires, doing everything that feels important. But at the end of the day, if you're I- if you're exhausted, you can believe that you've been productive when really you've only been busy. So that's what I want to talk about. Are you being busy or are you being productive? And exhaustion sometimes just means we've been busy, not necessarily productive. And here's an easy analogy for me to make. I can do a lot of things and I can be really busy, and at the end of the day I am just exhausted. But on those days that I'm productive, let's say on a Sunday morning, if I'm giving a sermon, there's always enough energy and I'm always excited. And when I get done, I feel great because it was productive. It did exactly what I wanted it to do. And it's a different feeling. And I've had seasons in my life where I was constantly moving, constantly doing something, usually for somebody else. But when I really stopped and looked at it, I realized that a lot of what I was doing was just maintaining, not progressing. I was maintaining my role as in the property management business, or I'm maintaining my role as a pastor, or maintaining my role as a business leader or a board member of a charity, whatever it is I'm doing. But it's really easy to fall into the maintenance part of your life instead of productive, or I would say management versus leadership. Years ago when I was in the shoe business, and we talk about the difference between a manager and a leader, because a manager wants to keep track of all their marbles. They want to make sure all their marbles are in one place, none of them get away, and these are my marbles that I manage. But a leader is always looking at how can I get more marbles? How can I make the best use of these marbles? How can I be productive with these marbles, not just maintaining them? And understanding the difference between management and maintenance matters. It keeps things from falling apart, but progress is what moves your life forward. Excuse me. And if all we're doing is maintaining, eventually we start wondering why nothing's changed. We've been so busy, we've been maintaining, we've been managing, but nothing's happening. Nothing has changed. And that's true in our health, it's true in our finances, it's true in our relationships, it's true in our faith. And one thing that I've learned over the years is that if you don't measure it, you can't correct it. That's true in every area of your life because what goes unmeasured usually goes unmanaged. And that's part of why I think that Wednesdays are so important. Wednesdays and Sunday nights. Wednesdays and Sunday nights are such an important uh, time, an important moment in our life because Wednesday gives us a chance to stop in the middle of the week, or I would say the middle of the mess, and ask a question: How am I really doing?" Not how did I plan for it to go. not what did I hope this week would turn into, but what have my choices actually produced so far? Was I busy? Was I productive? Was I resting or was I rusting? That's a real question too, because rest is important and we all need it, but there's a difference between becoming getting into a recovery state and being stagnant. There's a difference between taking time to recover and slowly losing momentum. And look, we've all stayed there too long at one time or another. There's an expression that says that a body in motion tends to stay in motion, and a body at rest tends to stay at rest. And that's why these check-ins are so important. It's not to bring guilt or it's not to beat ourselves up. It's just to measure how we're doing, because once you measure it, you can change it. You can adjust. Small adjustments are usually where the biggest changes happen anyway. That's really what the 180-degree life is that we look at the direction that we're going in, and if it's not where we want to go, then we need to adjust our direction. We need to make small corrections. We need to have repeated choices, repeated habits, tiny turns made consistently over a period of time is how you make that 180-degree change. So that's the check in this morning. It's short, it's sweet, but the real question is how's your week really going? Have you been busy or have you been productive? Are you resting or rusting? And what needs adjusting before the week gets away from you? Look, we all go through it. There's some activities in my life that right now in the current season that I'm in, there's some habits and some things that I show up for that I haven't been, and I haven't been because I'm resting. I haven't been because I'm lazy. But the season that I'm in now, some of the responsibilities that I have right now need my attention, because the progress that needs to happen in that particular area needs my attention now. And so that's kind of where it's been. And I understand that. And I tell myself that's kind of my excuse, my reasoning why, because I have some ministry obligations that really need my attention right now. We are in the wedding season. Unfortunately, I'm also in a memorial and funeral season right now. We're in graduation season right now, and in property management, the beginning of summer, June is super super busy. So all those things have my attention. They need my time and my effort and my energy, my wisdom, all the things that those things need. And so there's some other areas that I've slowed down on purpose so that I could give my attention. But this is what I know, that there's a difference between resting and rusting. If I don't get back to it, if I just leave it off to the side, it starts to turn to rust, right? We don't want that. We want to maintain the momentum. We would give attention where attention is due, but know the difference. And I love the phrase when I was thinking about all this morning and kind of putting it together. That thought came in my head. Are you resting or are you rusting? And there's a saying from years ago, many, many years ago. I don't remember who said it. I remember the environment I was in. I remember the company that I was with at the time. But a guy said, he says that the only difference between a grave and a rut is the amount of dirt on your face, right? Just don't stay in your rut. Don't stay in your other things. Measure what you're doing, whether it's weight loss. I measure my weight loss all the time. And I'm very proud to say that I'm only 2 pounds away from getting back to my original 2 years ago 100-pound weight loss. I slipped. I got about 15, 20 pounds ahead of that. But now I'm only 2 pounds away from hitting that mark again. And then I've got some other goals for that, but I also have some ministry goals. I have some work goals. I've got some 180-degree uh, my platform here. I've got some goals for it, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that if we don't measure it, we can't change it. And we can easily burn out and from doing too much and staying busy. And equally, we can cause damage by resting so long that we start to rust. So, again, what needs adjusting before the week gets away from you? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And I know this has been a really quick hit today. We're only about 11 minutes in already, but that's what I've got today. That's what's been on my mind. And I hope that helps you with your midweek check in. So I will talk to you guys later. It's been a pleasure being with you. I look forward to doing this every single week. I really, really do love to hear from you. Take care.